One evening in California, a young businessman named David was rushing to catch a taxi. He had just finished an important meeting. While getting into the taxi, his phone slipped out of his pocket and fell onto the sidewalk. But David didn't notice. A few minutes later, a homeless man named Mike was walking down the street. Mike had been living on the streets for almost 3 years. He struggled every day just to find food. As he walked past a bench, he saw a smartphone on the ground. Mike picked it up. The phone was still unlocked. When he looked at the screen, he saw something shocking. Inside a crypto app, there was over $50,000. For a moment, Mike couldn't believe his eyes. He thought to himself, this money could change my life. He could rent an apartment. He could buy food for months. Maybe even start a small business. But then he thought about the person who lost the phone. Maybe that money was their life savings. Mike sat quietly for a moment. Then he made a decision. He checked the phone contacts and found a number labeled, Mom. Mike called the number. A woman answered the phone. Mike said, "Hello, I think I found your son's phone." The woman was shocked. She quickly contacted David. Within an hour, David arrived at the location. He looked extremely worried. When Mike handed him the phone, David immediately checked the crypto wallet. Everything was still there. David couldn't believe it. He looked at Mike and asked, "You had access to all that money, why didn't you take it?" Mike smiled and replied, "Because it wasn't mine." David was deeply moved. He offered Mike $5,000 as a reward. But the story didn't end there. A few days later, David posted the story on social media. The post went viral across the internet. Thousands of people praised Mike for his honesty. David later helped Mike get a job and a small apartment. Sometimes the people with the least have the biggest hearts.